They were on.
Call this meeting to order.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Squishing your book. You're squishing your
It's not
book.
going to hurt it. Problem with your chair?
It's caught on that pipe.
Oh.
Here or something, caught on something.
Okay. Did everybody have a chance to read the minutes?
Yes. I've not seen any additions or corrections.
I'd make a motion we approve the minutes as presented,
I'll second that.
Chairman.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passed 3-0. Okay, do we have any comments and committee reports? Mr. Pohl?
I had JCAP last week in Leavenworth. Everything is going pretty good. They know a little bit how their funding is. Their funding is the same as last year, which was a cut of $28,000 the year before. And the administrator said that they can deal with it, but where they cut the $28,000 last year, he thinks he can find a different place to cut this year without cutting any services. My position on the board is up, and Mr. Hanson's position is up, and I'm willing to serve again if chosen. And Shelley was going to get me a name, and I got a hold of Shelley over the noon hour, and she has a person in mind, and she was going to get back with Lucas and see if they had a month, which she thinks she does, to make that decision, because something about grants, if they get cut. He's a professor up at BC, and he deals with kids at alternative schools, so he would be, sounds to me like he'd be an excellent choice.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to get back with us.
Okay, so later in the meeting we will appoint you, and then we'll wait on Shelley's recommendations for the second position.
Yes.
Okay. Jeff, did you have anything?
Yes. This past week, former City of Atchison Fire Chief Mike McDermott lost a battle with cancer, and I thought, just talking with people in the public, I thought it might be a nice gesture if maybe in honor of Chief McDermott's years of service to Atchison County residents. I'd consider making a motion to honor his years of service by designated Wednesday, April 5th, 2017 as Chief Mike McDermott Day, and turn the historic courthouse clock tower red in his honor.
And then following that, go back to the blue for the rest of the month.
Correct. I think we have a proclamation today, because I know we generally designate the month of April as Autism Awareness, turning it blue. It's pretty easy for them to change with the new system they have up there. But
If that was a motion, I'd second that, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to declare April 5th
Wednesday, April 5th. Mm-hmm.
as Chief McDermott Day. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passed 3-0.
We'll need to get a proclamation or something to give to his wife.
Yeah. We should have some proclamation if you get that, and then we need to notify Joe Bowen if we don't see him
And then
today.
make sure that Mary's aware of this when she comes to pick it up,
Okay.
or the Globe.
Mm-hmm. Just take that. Sorry. Can't read it.
Since we're on that subject, I think it may be a good time right now then to go ahead and do the proclamations for the Autism Awareness Month. We have 2 copies here.
You want to have Travis come over, or shouldn't we have Travis come over?
Oh, okay.
Because it's kind of his son that started all this. What we should have did is probably had his son here.
I wondered about that. He's in school then.
Okay, well, we can go ahead and come back to that.
Yeah, that was kind of a mistake on our part. We should have got Travis's son here, but
Back on the commissioner comments, I didn't have any meetings. I do have an ambulance board meeting this Friday. So that's
Had Vandiver Trust on Friday, so I think the Vandiver Trust board approved improvements to like mainly carpet. It's mainly carpet and the majority of the facility. So
You
I
got
approved that. So you'll see some
You have
updates.
the project concern meeting tomorrow. He was going to.
Mm-mm. Project concern. I'm not on that.
I know, but you was going to explain about the tax sale.
Oh no, that's
That's not-
Project Atchison.
Project. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, which isn't really, but I had been contacted about from is it
Casey
Casey
Mhm.
Marnat.
McQuinn.
Well, yeah, I'm sorry, I keep using the maiden name, but she said there's a lot of interest in the tax sale, and since they're having the Project Atchison meeting, she thought that it would be a good time to have some input from the county and kind of explain how the processes and stuff that we use to get to this point. So we are. Pat's invited and going to be there, and I believe you're going to try to be there tomorrow night at 7:00. So, okay, that was quick. Let's get back to these proclamation for Autism Awareness Month. I don't know how this exactly. How do we go about?
Usually
do you-
just read off the proclamation.
Okay, I'll just read it. Whereas autism spectrum disorder is a lifelong developmental disability resulting in a range of significant impairments to an individual's ability to learn, develop healthy interactive behaviors, and understand verbal, nonverbal, and reciprocal communication, and whereas autism is a developmental disability affecting 1 in 68 children, 1 in 42 boys, and 1 in 189 girls, and whereas, on average, children identified with ASD were not diagnosed until after age 4, even though children can be diagnosed as early as age 2, and whereas persons with autism can reach their greatest potential, accurate, early diagnosis, and the resulting appropriate education and intervention are vital to the highest quality of life for the individual. And now, therefore, the Board of County Commissioners of Atchison County, Kansas, do hereby proclaim that the second day of April 2017 be recognized as Autism Awareness Day and shall be acknowledged and supported by the County of Atchison, Kansas. Adopted and passed by the Board of Commissioners of Atchison County this 4th day of April 2017. Do I hear a motion to...
So moved.
I second it, Mr. Chairman.
It's been moved and seconded to approve this proclamation. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Passed 3-0.
I apologize, Travis. I wish we'd give you a heads up and your son could have been here.
That was great.
Because I know last time, next year, we'll put her down.
It's still a very big treat for him. He
Yes.
remembers it vividly.
We did pass a proclamation before. We are going to have it turn red tomorrow for Chief McDermott, and then it will be blue the rest of the month. We got a copy from Travis. I don't know if you want to bend this, put an envelope and put Travis's son's name on the front of the envelope, or some kind of big envelope, put his son's name on it.
Okay, and then should I put the other one in the folder?
Yeah, put it back in there.
Okay. Yeah, it's our honor to support. It's a good cause.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
You know,
On behalf of myself, my family, my son, everybody that's affected by that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. You bet.
Linda, she'll get with you, or Travis, she'll get with you and get you that. You can give it to your son. Thank you.
and for those watching in honor, but we turn our historic clock tower blue the entire month of April. The exception being that Wednesday, April 5th this year, we'll have it read in honor of Chief McDermott.
Correct.
Okay, excellent. Okay, Seth, are you ready?
I need to wait until 1:15 on that.
Probably better.
Okay. Yeah, we just got a couple. I guess, is there anything else you got
Yes,
quick?
other than that truck that I talked about earlier, I did go back and look at the box that we talked about. If we do go with the one I originally talked about, yes, it'll be the 41,000. That's fully equipped. We're debating on how well our welder's gonna hold up. If it holds up, we won't buy a new one. We'll transfer, which will save around $9,000, I think. So we'll look at that some more. Other than that, I guess if I can get approval on purchasing that dump truck and then turning our truck into the service truck that we were given. Wanted to see that, maybe this is the one I'd prefer to go with.
And again, on the plow that you had put on there, you would move it over to this one,
Correct.
and you would say it wouldn't take much to do.
No, it's already ready for it.
Do you have any discussion or anything?
No, I think I'm fine with that decision.
But back to the welder, I would say use the other one until it breaks down, and you'll have the money in the budget to purchase one. But if the other one's working, I don't see no sense of buying a brand new one right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's 9,000.
Our goal is to transfer whatever we can off of that truck to the.
Now the new equipment is going to be a compressor and a crane, and then the toolboxes.
Correct.
Do you have more documentation about what this truck is if we was going to make a motion, or?
Just, it's a 2003 F550.
F550?
Correct. And the price is $18,199.
Okay.
And that's out of, was that
It's out of St. Joseph, Missouri.
St. Joe? As is, where is, 30-day, or,
I'm not 100% sure on the warranty.
But you
I'm
looked
sure
it
it's
over.
through a dealership, so I'm
and
sure
who had it first? Where'd it come from, you know?
I have no clue where it came from.
The dealership?
It's at a dealership right now.
You don't want to say where?
I don't know the exact name of the
Okay.
dealership.
Oh, okay. All right. Do I hear a motion to purchase the 2003 F550 from dealership in St. Joseph, Missouri, in the amount of $18,199?
So moved.
I second it, Mr. Chairman.
It's moved and seconded to approve the authority. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Pass 3-0.
And we want to go ahead and approve the utility box for the other truck. Up to a certain amount. The last page has the, if we successfully equip it with everything.
Yeah, I believe that's the last page, maybe there's one more.
So this would be the
This
Utility-
will be Connie's old truck that you're gonna take the flatbed, what are you gonna do with the flatbed?
So on purple.
okay. Do I hear a motion to accept?
What's the amount? I'm sorry.
Was that flatbed going to like, because I think Solid Waste was gonna purchase a truck, and chances are, would they need a flatbed, or do they need something totally different for that roll-off?
I have no idea what they need. I haven't spoken with her on what they're going to purchase. I can talk to her about it first though.
A lot of those flatbeds have to have different, different years, different frame styles are going to have a different.
And maybe they don't even, maybe they won't even have a flatbed per se, they
It's
might.
got a decent weak spot in it because of
The tank.
the tank and where it just dripped for so many years and it just
Better
kind of
purple
corroded.
way, probably.
So I mean, if that wouldn't affect the integrity, I don't know, but I would be concerned about that if I was gonna
Reuse it.
Reuse it. I'd give them the opportunity to just look and see, and if not, just purple wave it.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see what this is.
But now, didn't you say that this isn't the bid you're gonna get, so why would we
Well,
approve this
We're
bid?
gonna, our goal is to go with that one. I thought, Jeremy had me confused, I thought we were gonna go with a 9-foot bid. We can still go with this 11-foot bid. We're just gonna try to utilize the equipment off of our current, utility bid and put on that, which will save the cost on that one. So, we're talking so many different trucks, yeah. But that is the bid that we would have to put on this truck, so.
Okay.
Do I hear a motion to accept the PO, well, it's not PO, but the purchase of a new utility bed for truck for Road and Bridge in the amount of $41,621?
I so move, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passed 3-0.
Thank you.
What are you gonna do with the old one? Purple wave or it's
Trash.
trash?
I mean, we're gonna sell the truck all as is. It's not any good. So.
Okay, we need to get to the bids.
Okay. Back on the old bids from last week, we already bid out for the RS 1HP. Okay, sure I had that right. Same two bidders that bid on the last oil. First one is from Ergon again. Okay. It is for $1.98 per gallon. With still the pump charge of $60. And 4 hours free unload time with $80 after. And they also have the .0015 per gallon rate added to that.
Freight?
What's that charge? I mean,
It's a federal environmental fee.
No freight?
Freight is included in.
Oh, included in there.
Next one's from Vance Brothers. This will be $1.70 a gallon with a 7-cent per gallon freight. And they'll have the $65 pump charge and 4-hour free unload and $90 thereafter.
Did you say 9?
Being our tank is in the shape it is, didn't you say with the other bids that Vance Brothers was willing to work with as far as putting in a trailer and bringing it to a job site, or was that wishful
On this
thinking?
oil, we usually just have them ship us up 2 or 3 tankers a day. We utilize this oil a lot faster.
You pull it right off the tanker.
The oil we use on asphalt, that's a whole different story. We would have to send our truck down there. Normally we hold our asphalt oil in our tank.
So is that 4 hours time from the time they leave or on our job site?
sitting?
By the time you guys start about
So the time you start pulling oil off, it's actually.
So we don't pay
177
to and from your facilities?
No.
Okay. So you don't foresee no problem with getting it off in 4
We've done
hours?
it for years. There's only been a few.
Isn't
times
that how to
where we
look at that?
haven't got it
So,
out.
yeah.
You know, they're usually pretty good about working with us. If we're-
Stagger the loads so we don't show up with 3 loads all at
Still
once.
And if it's our
Yeah, it's
fault,
cheaper than
we
the
generally
other
just
one was,
waive
wasn't
it.
Mhm, this one here, Ergon?
Well, even from last week.
Yeah, I don't think
I
it's
can't remember
that
what it
big. It was more than
Let's, what's that?
188 or something like
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was thinking. Maybe it was 168. So.
No, it was, these are 168, 163, or 180.
Now, this is the better
See,
oil
they were
that we
going-
asked for
this
to
is Vance
use,
Brothers,
Brothers,
it's,
but 7 cents.
Still at 7 cents.
Yeah.
not the regular Crusher Run Rock, but
But
the
it is
other rock.
It's
being-
only
Well,
2.
It's a
Or you
better
could
oil.
use
30%
either,
difference.
either or.
I think it was the S.
And I've already
the
talked to a
plus
few
is what we were
other
looking at.
quarries about their
Some of the other tack
types
oil
of
you
chat
have
rock
to
and
use.
everything else,
Yeah.
or trap rock.
So $1.70 versus
Yeah, it's not much more.
No.
And this is recommended for high usage roads, stuff like that? Or
It's better with noise compared to the RS1H.
How much of this do you anticipate? Are we going to try it or?
I'd say let's try it for a full season. I mean, last oil
Oh,
really.
okay.
I'd say let's go out for a full season.
Fine with that.
Yeah, I am too.
Can't really tell. I mean, we could, but I'd rather just try the whole season, see how it holds up on all the roads.
I mean, it looks like tests and everything else that we've seen, it seems like it's a pretty durable type product. Seems like more counties are going to it too. We're not new. It's nothing new in the marketplace. It looks like it's been tested, so at least a couple of counties around us are using it.
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion we go with Vance Brothers for the RSHP,
RS 1 HP.
RS1HP at the price of $1.98 a gallon.
No,
$1.70.
$1.70.
Why did I write down $1.98? Oh, that was the other company. Okay, yes, $1.70 a gallon.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Pass 3-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you have anything you need signed on?
No, I think I can find it. I'll make copies and bring it back to you.
Had you talked with the city about River Road and the possibility of using that a little bit higher price oil, or if they were interested in it? Or?
I haven't got that far.
That'd be a
We're still
perfect
working
place to put it on.
the base rock, so I
Mhm.
don't think they'll have any problem with that. We're
That's
still
good.
finalizing prices, so that's something
Mhm.
we've been working on all day. So.
Okay.
I was up there last Tuesday, and I mean, that road is getting bad.
So,
When you got some kind of time frame, you ought to probably notify the quarry and who else
and
up
I've
there.
talked with them already once, so
Okay.
they know it's coming. They're glad it's coming. But,
Yeah.
we're looking 2 to 3 weeks to start up there. So we got 2 big tube projects I want to get done before.
And that was gonna be roughly a 10-day, 2-week project?
Will be
No?
about a month.
Oh, really? So that
depending on
road's gonna
what-
be closed for a month?
It won't be closed. We'll keep it open the best we
Mhm.
can. There won't be certain days we close it when we have full road closure, like tubes we're putting in, we close it then, but
That's what we did last time when we worked on the other section.
it's
We
a
kept it
challenge.
open the majority of the time.
Yeah, it's a challenge because you gotta make sure everything's passable in the evenings when you leave and all your equipment's off the side of the road, but we'll make it happen. We've done it once, we can do it again, so.
And then Chip, you're using Haydite, is that what you said?
I'm gonna go back with Haydite on that one. The other roads that we do seal this year, I'm gonna try a different type of rock. It's trap rock. So, and then
It's what?
I might do like a mile
Trap
section
rock?
with the
What's
rock we
that?
used last year.
What's trap rock? That's a new one.
It's, where'd you put it? It's like a small, if you look at a railroad rock, it's just a smaller grounded up part of a railroad rock, is the way I look at it.
It's a different color though, also, it's like a maroonish color. Have you been to Overland Park lately at all?
Mm-mm.
Well, City of Overland Park uses it, but,
It probably look like the Haydite rock, just it's not a soft rock, it's a hard rock.
Is
It's
it
a
smaller,
hard rock.
smaller particulate? I mean, how?
It's,
Whatever
however
size
you
you-
order it, really.
Yeah.
My suggestion would be like smaller is better on that stuff, right?
Smaller is less durable. It'll
Really?
be smoother,
Huh.
you'll have less ride noise, but it'll be less durable.
Interesting.
What would you recommend, sir?
Just your standard CMK size, which Seth knows what that is.
Okay.
I think that's what I
Gradations.
quoted already. And it was close to $30 a ton, which is more than $13.50 we pay for our limestone rock. But if it's gonna hold up 5+ years, it's worth the money.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Typically
It's
really clean.
cheaper than
rock, too.
Hayrite, so we're gonna go
Try-
get a few
try
loads
some.
of it and try it. And I might throw a little bit of the limestone from Hams out there and we'll see what it does with the oil, and we'll see which one holds up the best this year, so.
You have a rainbow road, huh?
Okay.
That it?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
What do you have? Oh, you're with Connie? Okay.
For the bid opening.
Okay. Well,
Back this week, chemical bids.
thanks.
130 wasn't.
Yeah.
1:30.
Come on up.
We have 4 bids, so I made you guys a sheet, so actually Jessica made it.
Oops.
So you're the new assistant then, correct? All right. So I haven't met you. That's the reason I was kind of like, that's the reason I was going like, I thought somebody's going to complain about the roads or something, so I didn't want Seth to leave before. That's the reason I was asking her.
This is Jessica.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So they attended Noxious Weed training school last week, so she'll be able to really assist the customers and be able to kind of direct them on recommendations and things for what herbicides might work best for a certain noxious weed and application rates and all those things. So
Okay, good.
we're still at 128. We're supposed to go at 1:30.
It says 129.
Oh, the official time.
It's like
I'll
5
put-
o'clock somewhere
I'll
type thing.
I'll put one little rock chalk punch in there. If you don't get what you want, you're not going to whine, are you? Was that a good one? Okay, back to business.
I guess we can go ahead and talk about, we got 4 bids, as you can see on the sheet there. CPS out of Loveland, Colorado, GFG Ag Services out of Wathena, Red River, their office is in Ada, Oklahoma, and then Spillman Fertilizer, Kent and Carol Spillman out of Muskota. Is it 1:30?
Yes,
It's close enough.
we declare at 1:30.
I'll go ahead and, or I will open them in order here so that we can just keep track of what we
So,
have.
I got one quick question. We're gonna write down the total amounts, but they was all billed gallon for gallon. We're all comparable.
Right, and I'll make sure as I open them, thank you. I will make sure as I open them that, it's all apples to apples.
Okay.
And we're doing an all or none bid. So the total's really all that we, as long as everything
Matches.
matches up and, okay, so this is CPS Crop Production Services out of Loveland, Colorado. And they are bidding $59,921.92. Looks like everything's good on there. Just glancing over it. I'll pass these all to you guys at the end so you can see too. Make
Okay.
sure that everything looks. Okay, so now we're looking at GFG Ag Services out of Wathena. And their price is $67,566 even. Red River out of Ada, Oklahoma. And their bid is $71,697.44.
Going the wrong way.
Yeah. Lastly, Spillman Fertilizer, and these are just in alphabetical order. We thought that'd be the best way to open them. Spillman Fertilizer out of Muskota. Their bid is $58,620.52. Just gonna make sure that nobody changed anything on our pre.
Put your last one and your first one side by side and compare.
What you got?
The first one was 59,920.
I know, but I mean gallons
make
is
sure what they have,
everything.
yeah.
Is
Yeah,
Because they're fairly close and
Fairly
they would be the
close.
two
that would be
contenders.
One of
so
those
it's
two.
the top and bottom line. That form is a pre-filled PDF that we send them, and it does not look like they made any adjustments to it, so. Spillman Fertilizer is the one we went with, we went with them 13, 14, 15, and 16. Or, actually the last 3 years.
14,
Do
15,
you send
16.
out, do you send out bids, or do you just solicit them, or do you just like publish and solicit bids?
We publish them,
Okay.
and then we also send them directly to organizations to
Okay.
submit bids.
How many do you typically submit to? I mean, is it,
I think there were 7 or 8 that we
Okay.
sent emails to, and
Okay.
then we received 4.
Will they honor these bids if we need more?
Typically in the past, Spillman Fertilizer has. They have, always have, if I've asked.
This will be what, the third year if we choose them again?
Fourth.
Fourth year?
Midwest Fertilizer won the bid in
These are the
13,
two
and then we
contenders.
used Spillman 14, 15, 16. So this would be the fourth. Priors-
Good luck with all their product and everything. I mean,
Yes, their trucks are clean, all the pallets arrive very well wrapped. We've never had any of their product leak.
okay.
I know
That's
in 2012 we went with CPS and we did have a little bit of leakage from their product.
Well, these chemicals are all not dated chemicals. They're all
fresh.
up to what they say.
Spillman Fertilizer uses Van Deest Supply Company. They are based out of Iowa. They do have a warehouse in Abilene. So oftentimes if we'd go back and call this afternoon, we could have our order tomorrow or the next day, and it's manufactured right on there. You can see where it was just manufactured in the last few months.
And probably like in the past, we have to cut them a check for that full amount for that price, don't we?
The way that we've got this set up is that the initial delivery is for delivery on or after April 5th, and it's for the 540 gallons of Tordon, 20 gallons of Plateau, and 720 gallons of 240 low vol. And then for delivery on or after May 15th, we will get 360 gallons of low vol, 900 gallons of our 240 amine. So the 240 amine will come later since it's kind of a mid-season
Well, that doesn't seem like
application.
that's enough. 90 gallon. Is that enough?
900?
Oh, 900. Oh,
Yeah, and then we've still got
some left over, carry over.
almost 3 pallets of carryover on the 240 amine, so that's why we backed that off a little bit. 160 gallons of Remedy and 768 ounces of Escort. That will come in May or later.
So you'll cut 3 checks, is what you're saying?
Two
Two,
checks.
2 checks?
Yeah, the first bulk and then the second one. So the first one, according to Spillman Fertilizer's bid, would be $36,207.60. CPS's would be $37,119.80 for that first one, and the second shipment would be they're only about $400 difference there. $22,412 for Spillman, $22,802.12 for CPS. So that's how we would divide it and pay them twice. Unless we did order any additional chemical, then we would have additional shipments.
If the noxious weed director's fine with it, I'd make a motion we go with Spellman in the amount of $58,620.52.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded to go with Spillman Fertilizer. All in favor say aye. All
And
opposed?
you are okay with it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Very good.
They're very easy to work with.
Local.
And it's local. That's just win-win-win.
Yep, and he comes in and he doesn't purchase chemicals, he comes in as a commercial applicator and picks up the chemical for farmers that he custom applicates Jordan, etc. on their pastures. So
So now that you went to the school, you're qualified to put chemicals, or you're gonna have to go under Connie's permit for a while till you get
Still have 3 more tests to take.
3 more tests?
Once those 3 are done, I can be licensed.
yeah.
Probably both of you, is that right? You both are?
Or do you have to take one as well?
I would recommend they both take the commercial
Oh, yeah,
applicators
absolutely, sure.
test, because if Seth is not available, because the way that works, anyone at Road and Bridge or anyone else in the county would be able to work under their
Mhm.
commercial applicator's license. So like a lot of these custom applicators in the county, they have men who work for them who may not have a commercial applicator's license, but they're operating under the owners or the directors or whatever. So spring application, whoever we have from Road and Bridge will work under mine. And I would recommend if Seth were out of town, that way they could get a hold of Jessica. And, you know, with her being the person who's out there in the shop the majority of the time, she's gonna be the easier person to get a hold of. So that way we've got,
Options.
options and qualified people to provide guidance. So that first available test locally.
And you're this close to them.
That's right. Our first available testing date in Topeka would be the end of April, so I've kind of recommended that they go ahead and get that test knocked out, and that's pretty stringent. I mean, it's a not a
Are you tutoring them?
Yeah, I've provided some guidance that, you know, how to go in there and tackle it. Because you take the general test and you have to pass the general before you can take the rights of way test and then the noxious weed test. So
A lot of those tests, how to take it or how to approach it, because be invaluable. I mean, basically, how to study for it, what type, if it's going to be multiple choice, or if it's going to be this, or it's going to be that.
How do you eat the elephant?
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
and that'd be good advice.
Yeah, and so those tests, the same person administers the test that did when I took it 4 years ago, so it's still the same guy, still the same procedure, so I think they'll do just fine at it.
Okay, nice to meet you.
She is
I'm
really
glad you
nice
weren't
to
complaining about the roads.
She looks familiar. What's her last name?
I think
I've seen her.
she was over here, wasn't she?
Yeah, let me check copy.
She worked for the county before.
Treasurer? Ma'am, did you come out of the treasurer's office?
Oh, and we
Sure.
need the purchase order.
I was gonna say, I've seen that lady. Now, where have I seen her?
I'll have you sign the purchase order.
She was in the treasurer's office.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I have with zeros, you have another one signed.
She probably will only work for half.
Oh, not file. There we go.
Well, she's working with Seth, so they'd be half the
I
work.
guess I oughtn't to do that, point it out.
I'll have you go ahead and
We're
sign
gonna get in
this
trouble.
so that we
You're
can
gonna get
this
me in
purchased
trouble.
today.
We've got 20 minutes before Peggy's here.
Well, Jamie's supposed to come in at 1:45,
I see.
Yeah.
so we're gonna be pretty well scheduled.
You need Seth?
Mm-mm. Oh, you mean about that?
Yeah.
Probably so.
Are we gonna get to that?
I
Or
think
do you
we should.
Probably better. Well, it's fresh in our head. So after,
Better get a hold of him before he
I
leaves.
think that's all.
Seth,
We'll get over there.
you're gonna get him hold of him?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get that ordered then, so we.
Did you have a chance to use the new truck and spray rig last fall or not? But that worked out nice, didn't
That
it?
was great.
What about the state? Did they ever agree to do any more spraying, or they only gonna pay so much, or?
They went ahead and sent a contract for this year, but last year, all they wanted us to do was the Cerisa spraying. So Tyler Moult, who is the supervisor for Atchison County, he's very easy to work with. We've got all of each other's phone numbers and emails, and so we're always in direct communication, and he communicates well with Seth as well. So
Good.
As far as a working relationship, we definitely have established that, and it's just a matter of their funding. So that's kind of where we're at on that. And I really talked to him about different chemicals that they can use for different things if they're going to be the ones spraying. And I've recommended to him that they go ahead and send somebody to get their commercial applicator's license if possible, just so that they're all knowledgeable.
Mm-hmm.
And
How you gonna deal with it if there's a bunch of Johnson grass or something along the highway, the neighbors start complaining about it? You gonna go ahead and spray it?
well, we can send them a letter just like we would a landowner.
Notifying the state then that they have
Right,
contaminated roadsides. Or,
right. And,
Because you can't hardly notify
right.
an individual versus a state. I mean,
And that's our plan for this spring. Johnson grass is, when I came in and we talked about the annual report, Johnson grass is best sprayed at 18 to 24 inches. So that's when, with this rainfall, that could be next week. So Seth and I have talked about it, and our plan is to really get out there and hit the Johnson grass hard this spring. Last fall, we were able to get all of the county roads treated with Tordon, so that'll slow down the musk thistle, the aggressiveness of the musk thistle, so that we can focus on the Johnson grass this spring. Because it is very difficult to send a letter to a landowner if our adjacent rights of way are covered in Johnson grass. So we're gonna do our part, and then that way we can ask the landowners to do theirs.
I know mid-season, later in the season, I was getting reports of Johnson grass, of
And
course.
that's when it becomes visible
Mm-hmm.
for people to say that's Johnson grass. Where if you're trained a little bit, you can see it a little bit earlier, but we know what roads we really need to treat.
Okay.
We're gonna cover pretty much this neck of the woods with the panoramic plateau product. And that's why we ordered more in this order, so that we'll have more. We're gonna use some, but then we'll have enough available for people to come in. It is a targeted herbicide. It does not go out, because there's really two ways to tackle Johnson grass. Either you use a specialty product like Plateau, which is very expensive per gallon, or you use a Roundup product. And on rights of way and roadsides, we don't want to use Roundup, so it's gonna cost us a little bit, but hopefully we can get it under control. The main thing with Johnson grass is using the correct surfactant with it too. MSO crop oil like soy stick is what you use on Johnson grass.
that's the key right there.
That is the key. And that's what allows that herbicide to work. Otherwise, you're just throwing it into the wind and praying for good luck. But that soy stick,
Where do you get your? You just buy local because you don't use that much surfactant.
Surfactant.
Yeah.
actually get it through Spillman.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, he carries.
You just don't use that much. You bid it out.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't use enough that we could really
You
include,
use
justify
it in
including
your
it on
coop.
here, so.
You'll use it in your coop probably.
I never have used it on the sprayer, but
I would definitely recommend it,
Oh,
because
most
that's
definitely.
something that
Oh,
I,
it's cheap. It's cheap.
yeah. And once I started
Makes
doing
your
it,
chemicals blend better
I
together.
could see a difference in it, and I even had farmers come in and say, what did you use on that Johnson grass?
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't the product, it was adding that MSO in,
Mhm.
so,
Yeah, it's amazing the difference between the different types.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
See, so we use Premier 90, which is a different product when we spray Cerisa or musk thistle, but when you spray Johnson grass, you use the soy stick, which is the methylated seed oil. So it's like corn vegetable oil in there.
mm-hmm.
It works. So we just have to be real careful with the sprayer to make sure that we clean it well
Mm-hmm.
and do that. So
Okay.
okay, we'll get this ordered.
All right. Thank you very
Thank
much.
Thank you.
I'll get those two in there. Okay, thanks.
Perfect timing.
She was, I think, waiting on us.
Got time available?
Perfect timing.
Awesome.
On camera, on camera. On camera, on camera.
On camera.
Okay. I would like to have you guys update the harassment policy. and the workplace violence prevention policy. The only thing I changed is the last page, the bottom of it, having it contact information changed to the HR office instead of who was the previous contact.
Do these need to be brought up individually, or can they be in one motion together? Pat, I
I
mean,
think it can be in one motion.
okay.
So I take it you're starting on the policy book? Or are you just addressing
Right now, just addressing these two,
key?
but that's, the goal is to move forward and replacing some more of them, getting more updated.
I know we talked about on that book trying to do it all, but I don't know if that's, can we do targeted, kind of just have to go through there when we do have some time to hit a few things? And
That's what I'm leaning back towards, replacing.
I know it's not the preferred method. I mean, it'd be nice to do it, but, you know,
It's only
it's
you
just,
can do it just a few at a time because there's a lot.
There's a lot.
And the changes are highlighted or in dark.
just,
Yes.
just,
Which actually on that one, it's just the very bottom of the last page. It just, it had two previous contacts on who to contact, in case of an incident, and I just replaced it with, HR director.
I don't have any further questions, do you?
It's pretty standard to me, as all counselors.
Yeah, you want to look over this before we approve them, or? Will she need to be in the executive session with us, Jamie?
Yeah, probably so.
We're gonna have executive session later on that you'll need to attend. Is this something that we can give Pat a week to look over and, or do you want to know today?
That's completely up to you. Like I said, this is the current policy. The only thing I changed was the contact information. So.
I say,
I say it begins with that such limited thing that's changed. I don't see where it would be a problem.
Yeah, where is that?
it's on the last
page.
page,
Very
just change it to HR.
Is, at the bottom there.
It was previously.
Frequently, there are two mentioned because if somebody in that department is the one who is harassing someone, that you have an alternate.
Alternate contact person?
Yeah, so.
Okay.
And
The only-
what would be the logical choice? Clerk
Or Pat.
or Pat?
Yeah, we're the county attorney, so.
I'd say you'd be a logical choice.
I can just go update that and print
What's-
an updated
I'm
copy
sorry,
Having Pat, he
as
said
an alternate.
normally there's alternate case there's a situation in the HR department that
Oh, that's probably good.
Mhm.
That's a good idea. I'm fine with that change.
I am
Maybe.
too.
Can we just go ahead and
Add that, add
Yeah.
Pat's number, information down there.
Do you want the upstairs number or your office number as far as the phone number?
Yeah, probably. Heck, I don't know. Either.
Okay.
Okay, with that change, do we want to go ahead and vote on that, or do we?
I think with the phone system, you probably have a voicemail, don't you?
If I do, I've never used it.
You should probably get some training on that.
Um,
Because it's just that way. If you are out or something like that, it can send you.
yeah, I
They should
I
probably.
don't know.
They probably haven't told you that.
Well, and I don't know what my direct dial number is there either, because probably you wouldn't want somebody to have to talk to a secretary as to why
Sure.
they're calling. So,
Oh yeah.
so maybe it'd be better to put the office.
You need
number.
my copies
Okay.
back.
But I
Yeah.
should find that
Pat.
out.
I think
I
you
think
have
Pat
options
Hammer's
for two
back
different
there.
numbers,
Can you
depending on.
find-
Thank you.
Can you get your voicemail from outside? Do you have
Wes
it?
can have it set up
Not
for
through some
your
company, but I have voice.
for your Atchison County one. Wes can actually have it
I'll tell
set
you
up
about
where
it.
it will email you. If you get a voicemail, it'll email a voicemail to your
Oh.
email. That's pretty simple setup. I know he set that up for me before, so.
I'll talk to him. Okay, with the addition to that change, do I hear a motion to accept the policy changes on harassment policy and workplace violence prevention policy with the addition of Pat Henderson's name and phone number being added?
So moved.
I second, Mr. Chairman.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Pass 3-0. Okay, I think at 2, it's 2 when Peggy's coming in.
Yes.
Is that the reference you had that she should be here for, or is that later?
We really got two different issues, don't we? Two
Yeah.
separate issues. We're probably gonna have two. But you probably need to be here with both of them.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry. If you saw that or not.
Here's something you may want to ponder. He wanted to come to that April 11th meeting, and I told him that's not what it was about, taxes. So that's what was, he brought up here, and they addressed it to me, because I did talk to him on the phone.
There's also that. I
Yeah,
think you
I see-
saw
yeah,
that.
I
Now,
saw
Pat,
Oh.
see if Pat might have something more to do with that. And did you see this one on K-Camp?
No.
Yeah, I think they do that every so many years. 'Cause I've seen that in the past where it's typically buildings. Sometimes they'll do, I don't know if it's an addition, but sometimes they'll do any structures like on historical register too, maybe a little more frequently or.
Okay, also we have a copy of the email concerning the audit, and they're gonna be here Thursday. Is there any reason the commissioners need to be here for audit procedures, or?
Are they doing like a general meeting with everyone, or is it just?
Let's get the bank receipt and start the audit.
I think
stuff.
those are complete. I think they just have.
Oh, you got them complete?
So
Good job.
Linda in the clerk's office got them taken care of.
Here's that
board.
That came last week.
Okay. No.
I mean, is it a general meeting with like everybody, or is it
Just,
just?
I want to have you, yeah, that's fine.
Everyone's telling you this.
Oh yeah, okay.
And that's the information that they were asking. I was just wanting to make sure that there wasn't something that I was missing. I didn't think that it was something that the commissioners per se needed to be here for.
No,
I just wanted to bring it up, have it on record. Okay. Okay, I think,
We're gonna talk about
Yeah.
compensation, expenses, legislation for, I think she needs some.
I think we could ask her.
Yeah.
We can ask her during.
Say,
Do I hear a motion to go in executive session with?
I so move, Mr. Chairman, you got the, there you go.
You're going to actually make the motion?
No, Jeff is.
Jeff's making the motion?
Make a motion that the Board of County Commissioners recess into executive session at 1:56 p.m. For consultation with an attorney for the public body, which would be deemed privileged and attorney-client relationship as allowed by KSA Statute 75-4319B2. The purpose of closed session is to protect confidentiality of discussion, and the board come out of executive session. I'm thinking maybe 20 minutes.
20 is what I was.
220, and in the commission room, first floor courthouse. Those present will be commission body, counselor, senior village director Peggy House, and HR director Jane Madison.
I second that motion, Mr. Chairman.
It's been moved and seconded to go in executive session. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Pass 3-0.
Camera off.
Linda, you might lock that just so we don't.
Okay, we're on.
You want to, well, we'll wait a minute and read it.
We're live.
We're live. Okay.
Okay.
Our executive session is up. No decision made. Thank you, Peggy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You let that set to Linda so she can write that down.
You get that no action taken. And Chairman, I would like to make a motion that the Board of County Commissioners recess into executive session at 2:22 to discuss personal matters of non-elected personnel as allowed by KSA statute 754319B1. The purposes of the closed session is to protect the privacy rights of the employee. That the board come out of the executive session, thinking at 2:45 in the commission room, first floor, courthouse. Those present will be Commissioners Knoll, Hull, and Shealy, Councilor Patrick Henderson, HR Director Jamie Madison, and Road Bridge Director Seth Howard.
I second that motion, Mr. Chairman.
It's been moved and seconded to go into executive session. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Pass 3-0.
Sorry.
Thank you.
That's okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
How much refund are we gonna get from you, Jamie?
What?
How much refund are we gonna get from you? Making your life simple, girl.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no action taken.
We'll see once the first one's done.
Okay, yeah, we're back in session. No action taken. Okay, now where we at?
Old business, or new business?
Okay. Do we have any new business?
I have none.
Oh, yes, we do have something. We need to appoint Bill Pohl back to one-year term on JCAB.
I think Shelley wanted a month, though, before we did anything. Did
I
she
thought
ask?
I thought that was on the other position.
Well, I just figured we'd do both of them at the same time, but whatever you want to do.
Oh, what do you think? Do we wait until we fill both positions in one time for JCAB, or do we want to go ahead and appoint Bill and then?
I think we're okay with point Bill, and then just the next one we can within 30 days. Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what my
I
thought
think
was.
that'd be good. Yeah, that way it keeps continuity. So I'd make that motion to appoint Bill Pohl to the Juvenile Corrections Advisory Board.
Okay, I'll second that. It's been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Pass 3-0. Wah, wah.
Well, I really didn't vote for myself, but
Oh, well, 2-0, yes.
2-1 abstention.
One abstain. That's noted correction. Okay. Anything on there? Okay. Any other new business?
We got everything set for the tax sale,
I think so.
okay?
Old or unfinished business?
I don't have anything else.
County councilor updates?
Oh, I don't have. Do you want me to respond to this letter? Or?
I don't know. I just told him, he told me that some of the information, I don't know where it's to 800 farms sold in Kansas last year because of taxes. He wanted to come to this April 11th meeting, and he mentioned a few names, and the few names he knew that I knew. And I said, well, Calvin, this is not really about taxes. This is about township roads and county roads. If you want to come up, you're more than welcome to come up and talk to commissioners or talk to the appraiser. And by that letter, he talked to me on the phone, and evidently he talked to Melissa because he said something, he mentioned something. But I said, April 11th, we're not going to discuss this.
So in this, I don't know if I read it quite thoroughly. Is he talking about coming back the 11th, or that's just what you're anticipating?
He said, I want to come up the 11th. I understand you're having a meeting 11th with the township. I said, yes, but it's not about taxes. This is about county roads. If you want to come up to the commissioners or talk to our appraisers.
Right. I just didn't know whether it stated in here if he had intentions on
No,
actually
he told
coming
me
up.
that on the phone. I don't think it's stated in there.
They were at the legislative coffee session on Saturday, and they talked with Dr. Epley in quite extent about that. So
According to Calvin, they got like 15 or 20 people that's kind of formed this.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's you're talking about changing property valuation division. I mean, that's a pretty big. I agree with the points. I agree with some of their points, but I mean, that's a state. You're at that state statute. You're at the state law change. How they're doing that, the classifications, the values. I mean,
Is this part of the bill I was reading where we would elect our appraiser?
this is more about land classification and valuation. So like, what was like wasteland is now considered like tame grass, and then the increase in land valuations. It's the whole 9 yards.
Okay, I know there's legislation pending, and part of it was to make the appraiser's position an elected position. Another thing was all appeals would have to be attended by one commissioner. There was several different criteria involved with this new legislation, which I can't say whether it's good or bad. I didn't know whether this was part of that.
One thing that Mr. Baldridge said that I agreed with, they went to land use value, and now on the bottom of the sheet it states local sales. So now which are they going to go by? Are they going to go by if your neighbor sells his farm and gets a heck of a price, or are they going to go by land use? They can't go by both.
Mm-hmm.
And I did agree with him on that.
I guess it would probably maybe help us if they had been, Pat, if they were contacted and just saying, we've received your points, but the meeting, we don't want to inconvenience you to come to this meeting if this isn't, we're going to stick to the agenda and not talk about taxes.
It may not hurt. I told him that on the phone, but if you got a letter and you got a copy of that letter, you got proof where you're just hearsay, basically.
Yeah.
But I did tell him that this April 11th meeting was not about taxes. It was about township, county road systems.
Right.
What we're obligated as a county to do and what the township.
I mean, are there some points on there that maybe Melissa Crane could answer?
I think he's been to see her because
he's seen.
Okay.
You haven't seen this letter, have you yet? I was going.
I don't think so. No, I just saw them. I was listening to them on Saturday, but I didn't actually.
Now, I don't know if you got the Black Farmers group involved in this or not. I believe he belongs to that.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any other updates?
I don't.
Okay. Public comment. Any other executive sessions warranted? Okay, we haven't went through the bills. Do we want to do that before we sign off?
Excuse me.
Should we be doing that before or after we sign off? Taking the time to looking through these.
Yeah, no, your approval. Under the statute, I don't think you as a commission approve them. I think individually you just have to have two of the commissioners approve them. So we can do that. You don't have to be in an open meeting to do it.
Are you
You have to be
going?
in an open meeting to discuss it though.
Are you going to get a hold of Joe Boeing, or is Linda going to get a hold of Joe Boeing to notify him to turn the lights red tomorrow night at a certain time, and then and then after Thursday morning switch them back to blue?
Okay, red tomorrow.
Yeah, red for Wednesday, April 5th, and then
In honor of Chief McDermott.
And it stays on blue.
the rest of
Rest of
For autism awareness.
it.
here are two things that Joe left, and I don't know if he was gonna plan on coming
You know,
back,
we-
but he did not, but
We need to discuss that a little bit too, probably.
on this,
Well, I don't know if we need to look at it, but it's quite obviously what we was told they're gonna stay staunch on. We don't think the windows is that bad. One looks like
I think
that.
this is to do with the roof on the jail,
Oh,
the way I took it. This is the,
Yeah, I
the
think so.
proposals and the thing for the engineer's report. We asked for an engineer, so. I guess, if nothing else, further,
I'd like to review those before,
these,
no,
These?
Yeah.
that one hasn't even been opened up.
Really, the important part is that the contract has to be a part of the bidding process that goes out. And it's too late by the time it's out for us to make changes if there's stuff we need, so.
you know, I know we need to talk to somebody that knows what they're doing, but I'm sure this engineer's fee is gonna be based on the project cost. Is he giving us a Cadillac roof when we can get by with a Chevy roof and do just as good? We really don't know.
I don't know. It's all
And I-
right in there.
I don't know if his salary is based on the cost of the project. I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't looked at any of it.
I guess if there's nothing further, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we adjourn at 2:59.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn at 2:59. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Same sign.